Already the toll, that is, when I talk about the toll, I'm not talking here about death toll, I'm talking here about the number of positive cases in this country continues to rise on a daily basis. Already the country would have recorded over 35 deaths already as a result of coronavirus. Yes, my apologies. 37 people would have died as a result of the coronavirus. Very frightening figure indeed. So let's take a look now at what are some of the major stories as published in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. Let me remind you of the time in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. It's just about 15 minutes here past the hour of 6 o'clock. And that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of Radio 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Well, in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper, it's 48 pages in a total. And yes, the banner headline this morning is telling us, even as high demand causes spike in prices, laptops sell out. That's the headline in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. You can catch the details on page 3. Laptops, tablets, and notebook computers have been sold out for almost 2 weeks at several stores on High Street in San Fernando. And the lead story tells us, as it prepares for schools to reopen virtually on a Monday, parents have rushed to get their hands on the electronic tablets and laptops the children will need. But even though taxes are to be removed, the costs have gone up. Imagine that. Here it is at the government of the day. They are taking measures to ensure that you, the people outside there who want to get these devices for your children, they have removed the taxes, yet the prices have been jacked up. I wonder why. Come on, business people. Anyway, those stories on page 3. On page 4, more deaths because vulnerable populations exposed. Minister of Health Terrence Dial saying young people driving new COVID-19 wave. Yeah, this is what he said yesterday at that media briefing. He said young people socializing and employees going to work despite being ill are the two main drivers of this country's second wave of COVID-19 infections. This according to Health Minister Terrence Dial Singh. Ministry keep up with immunization schedule. Minister of Health Terrence Dial Singh has once again told parents and guardians to make sure their children are up to date with their immunizations to prevent an outbreak of disease among children. He said immunization is especially important during the COVID-19 pandemic. Doctor, masks will not reduce oxygen intake. Epidemiologist Dr. Avery Hines has expressed there is no risk of lack of oxygen or inhaling too much carbon dioxide from wearing masks. He was speaking yesterday during the virtual COVID-19 media conference. On to some other stories as published in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. Remember, you can go outside there and purchase a copy of this publication. It is priced at only $3 and it's available at all leading newsstands. On to some other stories. Relatives want to send murdered Venezuelans' ashes home. The relatives of Venezuelan murdered victim Johanna Diaz Sanchez hope to be able to cremate her body and return her remains to Venezuela. Court orders Commissioner of Police to promote policeman. Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith has been ordered to retroactively promote a police corporal with 30 years service to sergeant after a High Court judge ruled that a policeman was unfairly treated. On to some crime briefs. 61 ticketed for not wearing face masks. Police seize gun, arrest Diego Martin man. 2 in court for stealing welding plant. Valencia teen missing. Those are some of the stories as published on page 5. Plymouth man gets bail on kidnapping charge. Lawyer spared jail, pays former client $107,000. Those stories on page 7. Boy 6 among 5 shot at Brooklyn Juve. Yeah, not in Trinidad. A 6-year-old boy and his mother were among 5 people shot in Brooklyn, New York on Monday morning during the borough's annual Juve celebrations. This according to a report emanating out of the United States. President's aide-de-camp tests positive for COVID-19. And President Paula May Weeks' aide-de-camp tested positive for COVID-19 over the weekend. The president's communication advisor, Cheryl Lala, confirmed the news on Monday evening. Lala said the office is now being sanitized and the president is in self-quarantine. On Monday, the Ministry of Health recorded 3 more COVID-19 deaths, with 27 more new COVID-19 cases. This brought the number of deaths to 37 and the number of positive cases to 2,277. The country's latest deaths are 3 men with pre-existing conditions. Active cases have risen to 1,506 and patients and discharged remained at 734. The number of samples submitted to the Caribbean Public Health Agency, the UWI, and other local sites for COVID-19 testing is 25,400. Just to keep you up to speed as to the number of confirmed cases, 2,277. Let me repeat that figure again, 2,277. So those are about some of the stories that are trending in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. Go outside there and purchase your copy this morning. As I said, it is priced at only $3. On to some sporting news now. Well, yes, the Caribbean Premier League action rolls into the Brian Lara Cricket Academy today. This as the semi-finals will be played today, barring the weather, of course. The first semi-final will see the Trinbago Knight Riders coming up against the Jamaica Tallawahs. Now that fixture is carded to bowl off at around 10 o'clock this morning. And then later on in the afternoon from just around 5:30, you've got the Guyana Amazon Warriors. Well, they will be facing the St. Lucia Zouks. Those are the 2 matches scheduled for today. The final is carded for Thursday, the 10th of September. Now that final was scheduled to bowl off at around 10 o'clock in the morning. So 2 games on today, the 2 semi-final, Trinbago Knight Riders and the Jamaica Tallawahs, 10 o'clock this morning, and at around 5:30 in the afternoon, the Guyana Amazon Warriors coming up against the Zouks. So that's it for as far as Caribbean Premier League is concerned. So you can look at a game on a television. It will be carried live on television. Stay with us here, 975 FM Hot Like Pepper, 23 minutes here past the hour of 6 o'clock. And that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of Radio 975. Well, just let me remind you of who I'll be talking to today. Well, I'll be trying to get in touch with Kiran Singh, who is the president of the Greater San Fernando Chamber, to get his thoughts on Budget 2020-2021. The budget, as announced yesterday, will be presented on October 5th. And already we have a number of stakeholders, a number of NGOs, a number of organizations, associations expressing their thoughts, expressing their views on Budget 2020. Well, according to Finance Minister Colm Imber, a consultation will be had with a number of these organizations moving forward. Certainly, I'm sure that a number of you would not like to be in the shoes of the Finance Minister Colm Imber as he prepared this fiscal package for 2020. Certainly, balancing the budget, balancing the books of Trinidad and Tobago will certainly be a headache for this finance minister. Why? Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the fall in energy prices, and what have you. That and much more we'll be discussing here on this morning's program. I'll also be trying to get in touch with Rajiv Dipti, who is the president of the Supermarket Association of Trinidad and Tobago, to get his thoughts on this very same matter, Budget 2020. That and much more on today's program of U-Talk, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Stay with us. I'll be right back after these messages from our studio in Couva in central Trinidad.
Darpan Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited for all your grocery items, wholesale and retail. At Darpan, you can also transfer money, pay your bills, and also cash your social welfare checks. Darpan Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited, located at number 28 Foster Road, Sangre Grande. They also specialize in real estate, and they also have a special on land at Arena Road, Freeport, for just $165,000 per plot. For further information, call Darpan Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited at 267-3063 or 223-0630. Darpan Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited of number 28 Foster Road, Sangre Grande.
To you, Newsday Classifieds. Take Value Optical to be your partner.
I do.
I do.
I now pronounce free eye test from Value Optical for Newsday Classified customers. Call the Newsday Classified reps for more information. You may now kiss the bride.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus, my name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, your chachi, your chacha, your grandpa, your grandma. We need to pray for our nation. God bless you. Thank you.
Praise Him, praise Him.
Gosh, boy, I can't wait to go home now.
Stuck in traffic again, Hare Babri.
Well, guess what? Your day is about to get hotter than ever in the afternoon. It's the new afternoon drive time program on U 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Tune in Monday to Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with yours truly, the DJ Flavia Experience. Let's make it hotter than ever in the afternoon. Great music, great info, and great vibes. Hotter than ever in the afternoon. Monday to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. on U 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
It's the talk of the town. It's Talk It Up on U975 FM Monday to Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. So join me, your host Mukesh Baburam, on a 3-hour journey guaranteed to take your stress away. Remember, Monday to Thursday, right here on U975 FM.
U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio is now on Facebook. Like us, follow and share our page. We'll be sharing the latest news, tips and much more. You can also view what's happening in our studio. Find us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel at RCL U975.
Well, the big story this morning is Budget 2020-2021. The budget this year, of course, will be presented on October 5th. And according to Minister of Finance, Colm Imber, it's a pandemic budget. Just let me remind you of what he would have said with regards to the presentation of this package. Finance Minister Colm Imber will present Trinidad and Tobago's most challenging budget on October 5th, 2020. Now, for the past weeks or so, I've been chatting with a number of people, stakeholders, as it relates to the budget 2020, as to their expectations, what they can expect in the package. And as I've been telling you, as I told you this morning, I'll be trying to get in touch with some business people this morning to get their thoughts on it. So let's go on. The Minister of Finance announced the budget date yesterday in a news release, almost a full month ahead. The release also stated the Ministry of Finance was in the process of asking business organizations, trade unions, and other interest groups to submit recommendations on the fiscal measures and initiatives they would like to see in the 2020-2021 budget. This in the context of our current restricted financial circumstances. It said all recommendations would be given consideration. Minister Imbert also announced that the Ministry of Finance will host and broadcast a virtual spotlight on the budget and economy on a Monday, September 28th at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Port of Spain. This will likely be a COVID budget. So this morning I'm asking the question of you, the listening audience. What are your expectations? What are you hoping for in this fiscal package? No doubt it would be a very challenging one for this finance minister. Let's hear what this caller has to say. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
And good morning to you, Bhavani.
All right. Budget 2020-2021.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect a bag of goodies given the current situation, not just in Trinidad and Tobago, but around the world. And as people would know, that all economies around the world have suffered because of COVID-19. Whether it be 10%, 5%, all economies have suffered. The government will try to please everybody in some form or fashion, but really, the reality is that it's not possible. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now remember, on the night of the election, the Prime Minister said that the difficulties will be with us for the next 2-3 years. Well, 2 years. You understand? So don't expect nothing. What has to happen is bringing down expenditure. And how can you bring down expenditure when you're trying to please a population of small producers? When I say small producers, I don't want to target them as welfare owners, because they do a little work, yes, but basically they just perform a minuscule service. And I refer to places like CPEP and URP. They do work, yes, but generally it's something that we may have to look at.
What are you suggesting that maybe the minister may look at cutting the budgetary allocation to CPEP and so on?
Well, I want to think so, because you could utilize these persons, or some of these persons, not all.
My suggestion is rather than interfere with CPEP, the allocation to CPEP, and it's only my suggestion, that part of this workforce engage in agriculture production, because the Prime Minister on the campaign trail did indicate that one of the drivers of the economy going forward would be agriculture. And hence I am saying to you and the listening audience this morning that maybe it's about time that we use part of this workforce into agriculture production. And I'm sure you'd agree with me.
Well, I will agree with you 200%, not by 200%. But it will be interesting to see how they would be utilized in agriculture. Now, we have to face it that agriculture must be one of the mainstays over the next 5 years to produce our food sufficiency. We may not get the kind of fancy foods that some of us now buy in the supermarket or used to buy, but we have to get local. We have to buy more local. You understand? So agriculture will be a major thrust. And I agree with you that some of those workers in the CPEP scenario could be used towards agriculture.
So how do you expect the minister to raise revenue, given the fact that we are falling oil prices?
And more employment, more unemployment.
Well, there are two ways that the finance minister can... Look, I'm not a financial expert.
No, we just exchanging ideas.
There are two ways which the finance minister can raise revenue. One, you can increase taxation, you can increase VAT, you can go back to VAT at 15%, but that in itself will send up inflation. Or you can also dip into the Heritage and Stabilization Fund, because that's what the fund is there for, yeah?
Yeah, as a rainy day crisis. Or you can also introduce property taxes. You understand? So, and find more unique ways of, as you said, introducing increases taxes. I think that the subsidy on gas, if they still exist, will be further derailed.
And there's another measure which the minister can introduce. That is, you have a ceiling. You can increase taxes from 25% to 30% for people who, let's say, earning annual revenue, or let's over $1 million, and reduce it or rather maintain it at 25%
for those
under.
Yeah.
No, I'm just speculating here now. As I said, I'm no financial expert, but these are some of the areas where the minister can raise revenue.
I think also what you would see now coming out of the COVID experience is a greater step to mandate persons who are not covered by NIS to be covered by NIS. And when I say so, I mean, like all employers who were not paying NIS or who were collecting funds and not paying. I think you're going to see a heavier push towards some level of collection in that sector, so that the future generation will not be, in a crisis situation when they come to the NIS thing.
We also have to look at...
I don't expect increases in any of the social services benefits. I think they will remain as they are.
No, I'm looking at how the minister could raise revenue. That is, and we can expect the return of the property tax. But this, in essence, is not really a revenue earner. It's really for the, let's say, the corporations, the regional bodies, to look at providing necessary infrastructure in terms of garbage collection and so on. You'd agree with me?
Well, once it goes the correct way, and when I say the correct way, I mean once the regional bodies have the authority in not just in law, but because we have a lot of things that have toothless bulldogs on them. You understand? So that will be an interesting one, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll just have to see what's happening. But I could tell you, it's not going to be an easy budget to prepare, nor to stomach.
Well, I do not envy the finance minister in this round, my friend. I don't envy him, period. Because here it is, you had to satisfy the people. Certain promises would have been made to the people on the platform.
He might have to change his glasses too, from I can see clearly now too. Let me leave it there.
Yeah, well, let's leave it there for the hour. Thank you very much for your contribution with us this morning, though. Yeah, I mean, it's a very serious situation indeed, balancing the budget 2020-2021. You have a recurrent expenditure, and you have a large public service which you need to satisfy. So how the minister will be able to do this? Well, I just do not know. I do not know. Anyway, you can call us this morning at 636-7547, 227-5739. And we are also live on YouTube. You can catch us at RCL 975. And you can also WhatsApp us at 378-4975. Those are the medium by which you can get into our program here this morning. And yes, good news for you, some people who are interested in this matter. Well, legislation to establish a Trinidad and Tobago Cannabis Authority, which will manage marijuana license for cultivation and export, will be returned to the Parliament this year, according to Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi. The Cannabis Control Bill lapsed when the Parliament ended in the last session, but it will be introduced when the Parliament next sits. Well, that's another developing story there. The time in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago is just about 24 minutes here to the hour of 7 o'clock, and that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of Radio 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. By the way, let me say a very special good morning to a wonderful young lady who listens to this program on a regular basis. Let me say a very good morning to Vidya this morning. Thank you, Vidya, for all of the support and for being an ardent fan and listener of 975. Good morning to you. Hope you're having a blessed day thus far. Let's go to some commercials this morning, and when I come back, I'll engage you again in discussion. Stay with us, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper.
Darpon Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited for all your grocery items, wholesale and retail. At Darpon, you can also transfer money, pay your bills, and also cash your social welfare checks. Darpon Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited, located at number 28 Foster Road, Sangre Grande. They also specialize in real estate, and they also have a special on land at Arena Road, Freeport, for just $165,000 per plot. For further information, call Darban Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited at 260 267-3063 or 223-0630. Darban Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited of number 28 Foster Road, Sangre Grande.
Join me every Sunday for Love Vibrations from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. featuring all your favorite love songs from every decade and the most powerful quotes ever written. You can send your shout-outs. WhatsApp 378-4975 or you can simply call 636-7547 or 227-5739 or go online to www.975radio.com. It's hosted by yours truly, DJ Sean. On U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
I found a love for me.
Can't go anywhere to enjoy yourself? Well, join us on 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio, as we got your Saturdays covered. The party starts from 8 a.m. Yes! 8 a.m. to 12 noon, we got Sharon Baruch alongside DJ Vishal. 12 to 3 p.m., Captain Kendall is in full flight and will take you straight into 3 to 6 as DJ Anil will put you into the mix. Then from 6 to 9, the man DJ Sean, half man, half amazing, takes the spotlight from 6 to 9. And from 9 to 1, the man Corky D steps into the building and he will mix it up for you into the morning. Tune in, log on 975radio.com as we put you in the party mood with all of our DJs and announcers. Tell your friends, tell your family, 975radio.com.
To you, Newsday Classifieds. Take Value Optical to be your partner.
I do.
I now pronounce free eye test from Value Optical for Newsday Classified customers. Call the Newsday Classified reps for more information. You may now kiss the bride.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liqueur, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liqueur, wholesale and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
Yes, indeed, and welcome back to 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. We're climbing up to the hour of 7 o'clock, just about 18 minutes here to the hour of 7, and that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of Radio 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. So two matters we are discussing here this morning. I don't know how many of you would have looked on to that media conference yesterday as hosted by the Ministry of Health. And speaking at on the platform would have been the Minister of Health himself, Terence Dial-Singh, and also to Dr. Avery Hines. And they painted a picture not so bright for Trinidad and Tobago, given the COVID-19 which we are seeing in front of us, the pandemic in front of us. Over 37 people would have died as a result of COVID-19, and the toll continues to climb. Over 2,227 people testing positive thus far, and we can expect an increase in such. Certainly a challenging time for the health system, and if we do not behave in a particular way, people, yes, we can be overwhelmed with the situation. And according to the Minister, Terence Dial-Singh, he's making an appeal to a particular group of people between the age of 25 and 49 years. He said this grouping of people, they are basically responsible for the second wave of COVID-19. Well, the empirical evidence, he would have had it in front of him. So he's saying this grouping of people, they are not behaving in a particular way. They are not, let's say, being responsible, and they are driving the second wave of COVID-19. And the Dr. Avery Hines also too yesterday would have alerted the national population as to graph showing the percentage of people getting contracting coronavirus and so on. So it's community spread, people. It's community spread. We need to behave ourselves, and we need to be responsible. And just in case it escape you, President Paula May Weeks, well, she is in self-quarantine. This as a result of her aide-de-camp testing positive for COVID-19. And 61 people, yes, 61 people would have been ticketed for breaching mass law. And even on my way home yesterday afternoon, I still see a number of people at outside of supermarkets, outside of bars and what have you, not adhering to the guidelines, not wearing masks. And even though some of them do have the mask on, they are not wearing it, so to speak, of course, in the proper manner. They've got it on top of their head, under the chin, at the side of the face and so on. What you're doing, you're just fooling people. You're just fooling people. And it's not helping the situation. I don't know how much more I can speak about it, but let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning. Sometimes I'm exhausted. Yeah, just a minute. Sometimes I'm exhausted dealing with this matter. Anyway, go ahead.
I ain't going to talk about no COVID.
We're going to talk budget 2020?
Yeah, I'm going to give the government a little advice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you see the price of them laptop and tablet.
Mm-hmm.
You see the increase the business people put on the school tram.
Mm-hmm.
That alone could tell you. So, when Kamala was giving anybody a laptop, the people who buy now the laptop now could have buy it for the tram, and they could have caused other tram to get the laptop.
Mm-hmm.
If that was the case, they could have come forward and say, look, I could buy a laptop for my child. Give somebody else it.
No, but hold on. When this measure was introduced by the People's Partnership Administration, one must take into consideration the price of energy, that is oil and gas.
Yeah, we know.
You understand? So the government of that day had the luxury of introducing such a measure.
Don't say that too hard.
No, I'm just being honest. Who vexed me loss?
Don't say it too hard, people get vexed with you. Don't say it. Right? We know that. But what I'm saying is there are people who could buy, look at the price went up on them thing, and there are people who could have buy that for the tram. It's gone up, so you buy out all, you can't get it. So you have to do the government now.
So
taking out the taxes.
Yeah.
And all that thing from the tablet and the thing. Say what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Open a place in one of your places in the government institution and ask the parent to come and buy a laptop at the cost that you're supposed to be selling the tram.
No,
because
but
everybody will have to get one.
No, I want to ask you a question this morning, and the listening audience. What would have prompted the increase in prices of these devices? What?
But that is businessman activity.
Is it that the businessmen want to cash in on this opportunity?
But that is what. But that is exact. Let me tell you something. A businessman who's selling these things, knowing that fully well that the people, the children will have to get that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know where the parents will have to get money because some of them not working.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how to take it out and hire purchase or what they have to do and what is in next. Oh God.
Well, you see, and this is why sometimes when I take issue with business people, they tend to criticize me. But here it is, you are taking advantage of a situation. No, hold on. We understand that money is hard to come by. We understand that business people are really challenged in keeping themselves afloat. But here it is, you have a situation in front of us where these devices are necessary in order to build capacity for children, that is, children who are of school age, primary and secondary. So what you do, let me finish. So what you do now, you increase the prices to cash in, not taking into consideration the impact this will have on parents and guardians.
That is the whole problem, because you see, not feeling them, they could afford to bring it. They could afford to charge what they want. You have to get it and you have to come for it. And all this guys. The children are going to learn. The children have to use that now to learn. And you telling me, instead you give them at a half price, you're charging them 3 times the amount, right? That is how wicked this businessman is, right? And that the government that is there now, moving all the taxes, all the things, so you go get cheaper for the children to get it. I tell the government, open 3 or 4 little depots, import your thing yourself, bring it here, and let somebody sell it for you, and you make back your money, or you're supposed to make back your money. Forget them. Later, and then we go talk.
All right, well, thank you very much. One must also take into consideration, and I made this point last week, that certain households in rural Trinidad are really challenged in getting these devices for the children, you know. And it's not one device per household. You're talking here about 3, sometimes 4 children are attending primary and secondary schools. And you have to get these devices for them, not one per household, but sometimes you need to get 3 devices. So it's a real challenging situation. And those who are not equipped or who do not have the necessary wherewithal to get these devices, well, then they will be left behind. They will be left behind. And it's a matter which the Ministry of Education should be looking at. It's quite challenging. I mean, it's not a perfect fit situation. We're in a very uncomfortable environment dealing with this COVID-19 pandemic. And I don't think that it's, well, I don't have the evidence to support such, but that is what is being bandied about, that some business people, and I said some business people, are taking advantage of the situation. In other words, to try to cash in on this measure. Anyway, let's take another call on the line. Hello, good morning. All right, I'm sorry to miss your call. You need to call us back at 636-7547, 227-5739. And you can also WhatsApp us at 378-4975. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. Well, I know that as a parent, you must be very, very concerned about what is happening outside there.
Well, remember last week I called you and I told you about the taxes. You know, the government should ease off the taxes of the computers and all that. But you know what? Look at the mask on them. The mask on them, they made it mandatory that you wear a mask after so much a month. All right? If you compare that with the children and them now, all right, with the children and the computers, you cannot wait. This is reality. You have to face reality. The children have to get the computers on them. You cannot wait to say, well, you know what, we might get a vaccine next month or next 2 months so we can hold back on it. You need to go ahead with it. You have to go ahead and finish with it and put a plan in place that at the end of the day, the children have to get the computers. That's what I have to work on. You know, you can't. You can't be asking, and you need to set up a plan. Put a plan in place one time.
But there was no vision in dealing with this thing, you know. If you understand what I'm talking about.
Well, no, you have to get a vision. You have to get a plan because it's the same thing like the mask. They were telling people, okay, you need to wear a mask. You need to wear a mask. Then a couple months down the road, now you make it mandatory that you wear a mask, right? Deal with it if you understand what I'm trying to tell you. Compare it with the same way with the computers on them. Stop playing around. The children them need to get their laptop, put things in place for them to get their laptop. If you find business people taking advantage of our situation, people advertising all about now for the computers is up to the
consumer.
The consumer to go and buy what they want to buy. See if somebody's selling a computer for X amount of money. Remember, business is competition, you know.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm selling something for $10 and everybody people selling it for under $10, do you expect people to come by me to buy? You know? So I think a lot of people will be bringing in their own stuff. When they bring in the stuff, just make sure that, you know, they don't have problems to clear it when it reaches Trinidad.
Anna, what are your expectations on the budget of 2020, 2021? All right, I think my caller has gone there. Anyway, there's another story developing here where opposition leader Kamla Persad Bissessa has called for a complete scrapping of the online tax and the reinstatement of a laptop program for those who still may not be able to afford it. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Pleasant good morning to you, Kendrick.
I thought you take a hiatus from the program, my friend.
No, but I keep telling you, I mean, you don't mind we don't see eye to eye sometimes, but it sure have to go on.
Yes.
And the people must know the truth, or part of the truth, or something like the truth, or know what's going on in the country. In the end of the day, I have to sit down and say, Mr. Pandey made a statement many years ago, many moons ago, and he said that Guyana look like a paradise compared to Trinidad. And when I watched on Facebook last night, I see something with Guyana president, what he doing, and what he take out tax from, and what he take out the burden of the people in a poor country compared to the Caribbean. And Trinidad is a rich country. And instead of Trinidad trying to take off the burden of the citizens of the country because they're not working, you understand, they're oppressing them more and more because that is what the people vote for. Don't go by corporate citizen now and ask for laptop free or beg in a hand-in-hand capping bag. You understand? Don't do that. And I ask the business sector, don't give them nothing. Don't give them nothing because...
Why are you such a hater this morning? Yeah, why are you such a hater? Why are you calling on the business community, corporate Trinidad and Tobago, not to extend a helping hand to, let's say, those people who cannot afford the devices? Why? Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Hey, Kendrick, I forgot to tell you this, boy.
Yeah.
It seems as though the opposition leader is listening to your program.
Why?
Because last week when I called you and I told you about they should take off the taxes and the duty and all that from the laptop.
Yes.
A couple of days after, she made a big statement, boy. So you don't have to worry yourself. We know for sure she does listen to your program.
Well, that should not surprise you, my friend. That should not surprise you. They all do listen to this program.
And there is after?
Yes.
Even the government too does after. So your program has some weight.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your thoughts. Thank you very much for your thoughts, my friend, this morning. Yeah, as we move on with our conversation, I mean, look, Mr. Bang Village, you have your point of view, but the thing about it, here it is, there are a number of people outside there who cannot afford to purchase these devices, and if corporate Trinidad and Tobago want to reach out to this grouping of people and offer a helping hand, I don't see any problem with it. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Good morning, Kendrick. Morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. What's happening?
You know, Kendrick, this government could have funded this laptop, right? And I was hearing how mismanaging they are. They are putting cameras in Freeport right now, over 200 grounds. They are putting cameras. The government funded this to TNT, $15 million. Why didn't take that $15 million and buy laptop? We don't need cameras in ground right now. The children need laptop, and I need the OWT to look into this because they are misspending money when there are things that are important in this country to deal with.
All right, friend. Well, thank you very much. Well, there's another issue brewing, and I want to talk about that after the 7 o'clock hour. Talking here about a CPEP. Yes, a CPEP. There was a big story published last weekend in one of the newspapers, and there's another story as published in one of the newspapers here this morning. Maybe you, the people listening, audience outside there, to get a copy and read it and see what is happening with people in Trinidad and Tobago. Some people feel that they are untouchable, that you cannot touch them because they have a certain quote-unquote connection with decision makers and policy makers in this country, if you understand my drift, of course. Yeah? All right, so Kamla Prasad Bisesa, the opposition leader, is calling on the government of the day to remove online tax too. This as they remove taxes on laptops, tablets, computers, and notebook computers. This, of course, went into effect immediately. And a result of that, a number of these businessmen or stores that supplies these devices, well, they have sold out. Anyway, we'll continue with our discussion after the 7 o'clock newscast on 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. We're heading up to the hour of 8 o'clock. Stay with us here, 975.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus, my name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, your chachi, your chacha, your grandpa, your grandma. We need to pray for our nation. God bless you. Thank you.
Praise Him, praise Him.
Gosh, boy, I can't wait to go home now.
Stuck in traffic again, Hare Babri.
Well, guess what? Your day is about to get hotter than ever in the afternoon. It's the new afternoon drive time program on you 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Tune in Monday to Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with yours truly, the DJ Flavia Experience. Let's make it hotter than ever in the afternoon. Great music, great info, and great vibes. Hotter than ever in the afternoon. Monday to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. on you 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 97.5 FM. Music for you. It's all about you.
97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for Major News to the Hour. It comes to you with the very kind compliments of Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Lisha Limited, the Trinidad and Tobago Newsday, and Darpan Trading Company Limited.
This is the 7 a.m. news on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. I am Nicole Dookie. Good morning. Employers are urged to mitigate risks as it relates to the COVID-19 virus in the workplace. This comes from Health Minister Terence Dial Singh and his team. He was responding to a question as to whether there were consequences for employers who do not follow the necessary guidelines if an employee contracts the virus.
There is no legal framework or requirement to hold employers accountable. What we are asking employers to do is do the simple temperature screening. Those machines now are so cheap, and that is a good screening mechanism to make sure that people with fevers don't come into your business place.
Meanwhile, epidemiologist Dr. Amory Hines said there are supporting systems within the public health guidelines for the employers should there be a cause of concern within the workplace.
Seeking additional guidance from the public health personnel in how to handle an exposure situation within a workplace. This is activity that is ongoing. We have continually provided that sort of guidance to workplaces that have reached out either to the epidemiology division, to the Ministry of Health, to the county medical offices of health. And this guidance is really along the lines of how to expedite the contact tracing process, isolate the appropriate persons, and ensure that there is minimal disruption, although some disruption is inevitable.
The COVID-19 death toll continues to rise with 3 more deaths recorded yesterday. This now takes the number of COVID-19 related deaths to 37. The Ministry of Health confirmed that the 3 victims were adult males with comorbidities. Meanwhile, 22 persons tested positive for the virus as of 6 p.m. yesterday. This has taken the number of active cases to 1,506. A total of 2,227 persons have tested positive for COVID-19 since the start of the pandemic. A Tobago desk will be set up in Trinidad to address issues related to COVID-19 grants for persons in Tobago. This is according to Social Development Minister Donna Cox. She made a revelation following a meeting with the Secretary for Health in Tobago, Tracy Davidson Celestin.
Came up with a plan to have a Tobago desk in Trinidad so that any issues concerning the grants, that person will be the person to troubleshoot and to come up with the solutions and to fix as soon as possible, more or less in a 2-week period.
Minister Cox promised to provide feedback for those who do not qualify.
Those who may not be eligible, some of them do not know. So they may be waiting and saying, well, you know, we need to get our grant, but they didn't realize that they didn't meet the criteria. All right? Some applied, and the problem is they are not without a salary because of COVID-19.
Meanwhile, the Social Development Minister said that the delay in TD Post delivery of the grants on the island was due to one of the contractors testing positive for COVID-19.
And what happened is that there was about 2 scare of COVID-19 in the offices, and they were closed. But between Thursday last week and this week, they have already distributed about 100 cards. So therefore, they only have about 79 to distribute.
The business sector, trade unions, and other interest groups have been asked to make their recommendations for the 2020-2021 budget. The Ministry of Finance issued a media release yesterday announcing that Budget Day will be on Monday, 5th October 2020. Finance Minister Colm Imbert assured that all recommendations will be given careful consideration. The ministry added that it will host a virtual edition of the Spotlight on the Budget and the Economy on September 28th. You are listening to the 7 a.m. news on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. It's time now to take a look at regional and international developments. We start with news from the region. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is attempted to avoid a major outbreak of dengue fever on the island. As of September 2nd, there were 184 laboratory confirmed cases of dengue. Epidemiologist Tamara Bob said on August 25th, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has recorded 74 cases, which shows a significant increase in the number of confirmed laboratory cases. She noted that the majority of dengue cases have been mild, with only 2 persons recorded with a severe form of the virus, dengue hemorrhagic fever. No deaths have been recorded so far for the year. Internationally, a Turkish court has sentenced a man to life in prison for carrying out a gun attack on an Istanbul nightclub that left 39 people dead. He was handed the equivalent of 40 life sentences on Monday. It follows a 3-year trial over the shooting, which happened at the exclusive Rihanna nightclub just minutes into New Year's Day in 2017. The Islamic State group has said it was responsible for the attack. He was sentenced for deliberate murder and violating the Constitution. He also received an additional 1,368-year sentence for the attempted murder of 79 people who were injured in the attack and for carrying a weapon without a license. In news of the weather for the period today until tonight, Trinidad, Tobago and the remainder of the Lesser Antilles predominantly hot and sunny conditions over most areas, with a few showers developing by late morning in a few areas. There is a 60% chance of a heavy shower or thunderstorm over northern areas of Trinidad during the early afternoon. Gusty winds and street flooding may occur in heavy showers and thunderstorms. Seas slight with waves up to 1.4 meters in open waters and near calm in sheltered areas. The current temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. And this brings us to the end of the 7 a.m. newscast on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Stay tuned for another newscast at 8 a.m. I am Nicole Duki. Good morning.
That was Major News to the Hour. Brought to you with the very kind compliments of Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Lisha Limited, the Trinidad and Tobago Newsday, and Darpan Trading Company Limited.
A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo for all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section, and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liquor, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liquor, wholesale, and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations, Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
Darpan Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited for all your grocery items, wholesale and retail. At Darpan, you can also transfer money, pay your bills, and also cash your social welfare checks. Darpan Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited, located at number 28 Foster Road, Sangre Grande. They also specialize in real estate, and they also have a special on land at Arena Road, Freeport, for just $165,000 per plot. For further information, call Darpan Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited at 267-3063 or 223-0630. Darpan Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited of number 28 Foster Road, Sangre Grande.
To you, Newsday Classifieds. Take Value Optical to be your partner.
I do.
I now pronounce free eye test from Value Optical for Newsday Classified customers. Call the Newsday Classified reps for more information. You may now kiss the bride.
Yes, indeed, and welcome back to 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. 13 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock, and that time check came to you through the kind KDC of Radio 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. We're talking budget here this morning, budget day. The package will be presented by Finance Minister Colm Imber on October 5th, and there's expectation that the property tax would be one of the areas which the minister will be introducing or discussing rather to raise a much needed revenue. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Morning, Shannon. Good morning, Mr. Kenwick. Morning, Miss Nicole Dukia and all the
people, all the station
Yeah, well,
people
good, yeah.
responsible by station running.
Good morning to you, Mr.
Right?
Princeton. Good morning, yeah.
Morning. You know, we see now where that a figure was raised that the country need a basic at least $43 billion that you have to run, right?
Yes.
I know this figure has never been highlighted in the past, where you look at your basic money that you need to run, and then, from there, you break down the other things accordingly, like what you have to do, the extra money outside that. It only has been hard core economic times you're hearing this figure coming up. And there is, within that figure, when I look at the manga things that are done in terms of the different things we have to do, like education. So within those figures, I think we still break down and look at there are a lot of wastage in different ministries and inefficiencies across the board.
Yeah, let me put it in the proper perspective. The minister would have projected a revenue of $48 billion.
Right.
And in a sense, he would have, let's say, received less than $38 billion.
Yeah.
And with that figure, there's a shortfall. But you can recover that shortfall from, let's say, getting straight into the Heritage and Stabilization Fund, and also from the National Investment Fund to bring you up to speed, so to speak, of course, to $48 billion. Now, with this budget, this package of 2020-2021, there's expectation that there could be increased in taxes to raise revenue as opposed to going that way. Share your thoughts with me. This is what we're talking about here this morning.
But if you mean raise the taxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
The challenge we have, the basic challenge is the foreign exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Now, those taxes will be within our country, but our foreign exchange is woefully short in terms of, because remember, plus we are much to sell again, plus to deal with this COVID. The COVID has put us strapped on the whole world in trading and so on. So it's a double whammy we're facing here.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how it goes, and see our best. We had to manage the challenge somehow. We had to survive.
No, but I want to applaud the minister for actually announcing that he will be meeting with most stakeholders to discuss ways forward, their recommendations and so on the 28th of this month. Yeah.
But all stakeholders need to be on board, because it's been challenging times, and it wasn't brought up by anybody one particular thing. This pandemic was a real challenge, that challenge to the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how it goes. Somebody else share thought.
But as a parent, you must also be concerned as to what is happening with this virtual schooling.
Well, yesterday, we're in my area here, we didn't get any challenge with the connectivity.
Mm-hmm.
But that can't be said of everybody in all the stations. So let's see. Again, all hands on deck, and we had to face the challenge. It's a challenge ahead of us, and we had to face it.
Well, I hear you, my friend. All right. Well, thank you very much. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Kendrick, and how are you?
I'm doing fine this morning. It's been a while. How are you doing?
Yes, I am good also.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I want to talk about someone said about if Kamala does listen to the station. But hear what? Miss Kamala has a vision. She had a plan. So these other side will try to steal her plan, take some of it, and use it. You see? So this is what is happening. If she had a plan and she had vision, so she know what she was going to do, and she know how she will use it and how she will plan it. Now this budget is coming here. It's not no streetbread budget. We don't ever get any streetbread budget from this present government here now, because everything is tax. Before election, it had people going around and measuring your house and asking you how much TV, how much this, how much that, how much that. Now, I want to believe that this, where they are going to, is the people who sent in the forms. So it looks like they're going to by those people first. Because I know they went into Marabella, I know they're down in Faizabad. So I was asking the person in Marabella, and they said, well, the person came and they measured up their home. They wanted to know how much TV, how much toilet, how much this, how much that, how much this, what kind of roof you have, steel, wood roof, this, but all sorts of things. So you see, these things now, Ms. Kamala didn't want to put pressure on the people because she knew how the country people not working. Now, I don't know when this stock business will come out. I don't know if it already passed or whatever. I don't know. I don't know much about this government business, because 1 minute is this thing, the next minute is something else changing. So I don't know. I don't expect nothing good. It's just, as I say, 2 years, maybe 2 years, maybe 5 years. We're going to have a hard time. We doesn't know, but we have to trust in the Almighty.
So what you're saying is that the PNM administration in dismantling this laptop program certainly showed a crass, that is to say, they did not take into consideration the repercussions it would have on students and by extension parents and guardians.
No, they know what it will have. That's why they did what she said. They didn't come up with that. They heard what she said, so they're going to take a lot of things that she said in her plan, her vision, and they will try to use it. And it will work because she has a vision, and she said she know what she's going to do, and she know how she's going to do it. You see, but somebody taking your plan and using it, you don't know how it's going to work, because you know how you're going to use how you're going to use things in your home, but the other person, I try to do it, but they don't know. So let us see how it will work. Everybody's trying, but let us see.
And one must also take into consideration.
Because the food prices ain't going down, Food prices just keep on rising.
Well,
she did say about that too. She will cut out from that too.
But there's an expectation. I can only talk about expectation that VAT may go up back to 15%, and if that go up to 15%, one can expect inflation to soar. And take that into consideration too, that the laptop program was dismantled back in 2015, and in 2016 the PNM administration would have imposed taxes on laptops and other devices.
Yes, but you see, now they will have to try to do something, Kenrick, to make people feel well, they're doing a little something good.
Yeah.
But they could only do one or two things.
Well, you
and
see,
for the next 5 years, to me, this is my opinion. They say 2 years, but for me, for the next 5 years, it will be just the same thing as the 5 years go on.
Well, this is what I'm hoping that people like Bang Village and would talk about, that in 2015.
So let us just watch and see, because I know, as I saw what Ms. Kamala said, not that it's PNM or UNC. We're looking for the best for the country and for the people. We're not talking here about PNM or UNC, but who has a good vision, who could see and whatever. And I thought she had a good plan, she had a vision. I see this plan, what these people say. Let us wait and see. Everything is taxed. And as I told you, they are coming, they are around already, measuring people's homes and want to know how much this and how much that inside your house, some coming in inside your house. How much TV you have, how much fan you have, how much this, what kind of set, what kind of roof you have, steel roof, wooden roof, all these things there. So prepare. We're not having a good time. We never have a good time for the past 5 years, and I don't think we're going to have it for the next 5 years.
All right, ma'am. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much for your contribution here with me this morning. No, the fact that, with this story this morning, where you have all these computer devices have been sold out. Okay, let me take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Hey, Ken, morning.
Good morning to you, Brian. How are you keeping, man? What's happening?
I am good, man.
Well, is it a retrograde step or a lack of vision, a lack of foresight that this laptop program was dismantled by the PNM administration in 2015? And further to that, in 2016, the administration at the time would have reimposed taxes on laptops and other devices.
But can you ask an answer?
No, I just want you to elaborate. Am I right or am I wrong in my assumptions?
I mean, let us even go further back, if that's the correct way of saying it, in that in 2013, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, when he was leader of the opposition, criticized the laptop program and said that they were buying laptops for hyenas, right? This is the same man who in 2015, when he became Prime Minister, boasted of an instruction to the Minister of Education, scrap that program.
Well, I remember too that Dr. Rowley would have, I'm just trying to paraphrase here now, Brian, would have said, providing a laptop to a student does not necessarily mean to say that student will be using the devices to build capacity, And as such, there was no, let's say, sort of, let's say, supervision of how these students getting the laptop would function or how they would use it. I remember him clearly stating something along that line. But here it is today now, you're asking corporate Trinidad and Tobago to actually come out and assist those parents and guardians who cannot afford these devices.
Well, Ken, let's even go further, where leader of the opposition, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, to have to say just a week ago, turn up that the government should remove taxes off laptops and all form of media devices. Then came the Duane of the Parliament to say, well, you know, I have decided to remove the taxes. And then come to say, well, you know, that was in our manifesto, so it's an election promise. Rubbish, total rubbish. And now, this is again what you call knee-jerk reactions, because people are clamoring, people are saying, hey, we don't have laptops to buy for the children, we can't get this for the children. And they have to beg now, and begging and begging. Yesterday I went to a bookstore, because I had to get a book for a nephew of mine. And you are seeing where parents are literally struggling to get certain textbooks. And what's the first thing I'm answering? Well, all you vote for that. So I mean to say, it was quite ridiculous to hear these things, but I know there's a general staff who tends to call right after I pause. And I want to correct a misnomer that was said yesterday. And I want to put it on public record. The gentleman said that the UNCs in our internal elections will operate by a delegate system. And I want to make it quite abundantly clear that the United National Congress was the only political party in Trinidad and Tobago that had what is called a one-man vote for a one-man system party. We never did a delegate system. So for whoever says that, one, you don't know the workings of the United National Congress. Two, if you want to know, become a member. And three, for those who don't know, it was in 2012, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley changed the P&M system of an internal election from a delegate system to a one-man vote to a one-man system. So whoever wants to come and say that, again, you don't know the UNC system, so don't get involved, you don't know it.
All right,
Stay out
Brian.
of your business.
All right, Brian. Take care, Brian. Calm yourself down. 25 minutes here past the hour of 7 o'clock. Time check at QTC Radio 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Note that at around 7:30, I'll be presenting you a COVID feature. Now, this COVID feature is coming to you with the compliments of Barlow's Engineering and Landscaping Services, something which you can look forward to. Our COVID-19 feature is part of our mantra. It's part of our mandate here at 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, to keep you informed. Yes, so we're looking at Budget 2020, Budget 2021. This package will be presented by Finance Minister Colm Imbert on the 5th of October. And already people are bracing for more and more taxes, more and more hard times for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Well, we just have to wait and see or hear what this finance minister has to say to us, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. There's an expectation that VAT can go back up again to 15%. There's also an expectation that the minister may dip into the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. And corporate taxes and personal income taxes could increase by 5%. Well, these are just but a speculation. One thing I know that the minister will not touch, that is the price of, let's say, fuel at the pumps, people. But anything can happen. Anything can happen. Stay with us here, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Let's go to some commercials. And when I come back, we'll continue with our discussion. 975, stay with us. Okay, I have this caller because I want to facilitate as much callers as possible. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Hey, Ken.
Yeah, good morning, Brian.
You know, as you're talking budget, right? I am fearful, and I say this.
But Brian, you need to tell me, share with me this morning. What are people saying outside there?
You know what?
I say, what are people saying outside there with relation to budget 2020?
The people of this country, from who I've been speaking with, their fear is taxes upon taxes.
Mm-hmm.
They are also afraid of the raising of gas. So that is a way of getting quick revenue.
Mm-hmm.
They are also afraid of the fact that there may be the increase in VAT. They are also afraid that if there is an increase of VAT and also fuel, that cost of living is going to go up. People may lose their jobs. And as you know, with this whole COVID-19 scenario, there are more losses to come. And this is what the people are afraid of. And I have
but hold on. So how do you expect the government of the day or the finance minister to raise revenue to run the affairs of Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, my friend, you have to have a plan. And this government is coming without a plan. Where is the plan of this government to come forward? Where is it? Till date, I can even tell you, this government, which has now formed the government in August the 10th, do you know that a legislative agenda has yet to be produced?
And more than that too, there's a speculation that the population may now be asked to fork out more money to pay to WASA. Water rates could go up, but that too has to depend on the Regulated Industries Commission.
Well, my friend, we warned this nation. We warned you all. We warned Trinidad and Tobago that the PNM only knows how to tax you, change you, give you everything that needs to frustrate you. But hey, how they said it? Left foot, body say. Right foot, body say. Right? So, what I tell you? I like to quote what you say. The people voted for the government that they wanted. Now you get that. I want to hear all who's going to say, oh God, you know, when the UNC was there, this is what happened, we used to get this. But again, left foot, body say. Right foot, body say.
Brian, the campaign is over, Brian. The campaign is over. Anyway, thank you very much. Folks, let's go to some commercials this morning. And when I come back, of course, we'll continue with our discussion right here on 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Stay with us here. All right, but I have this caller. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
You ask the man a question, the man answer you. You call him back and you answer the question.
No, I want to know from the people outside here, how do you expect the government of the day to raise revenue?
No, we ask Brian the question. Why Brian don't answer the question? Where are you going to get the money to run the country?
Our greatest revenue.
And he's not telling you that. All you vote for that. All you lost the election, Brian, boy. All you can understand, all you lost the election 22-19. Answer the question. Can you answer the question? Where are the government going to get the money to run the country? Well, you had the plan. Well, tell the man, tell the country where all you want to get the money. Only out all the money from 2010 to 2015 and expect the PNF to come and rake and skip in a COVID-19 syndrome that where everybody been killed and everybody been hospitalized and expect to find, giving away the money and expect to find the money by giving it away. Tell him how to get the money from to run the country.
All right, my friend, I hear you, and thank you very much for your thoughts with us this morning. Yeah, we're heading up to the hour of 8 o'clock. It's just about 28 minutes here to the hour of 8. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Can I get a minute, please?
Yeah, go ahead, Bank Village. I'm hearing you.
Because, you know, when I tell you, you just cut me off, I have to give you the opportunity to explain.
No, but you're sounding as though you're a hater this morning.
No, I'm not a hater. We are facing reality. You understand? Because and I always tell you in this program that the wealth of the country will trickle down to the citizens of the country, the people in this country. And I always tell you that. Right. So you take out $22 billion and they say it was for COVID. You hear people complaining, hundreds of thousands of people complaining. You understand? They ain't get no grant, they ain't get nothing, they ain't get no money. You understand? They say you take $5 million for masks, nobody ain't getting masks. You understand? Now you're putting a law to suffer the people that they pay $1,000. You hear how much people get charged already? And people not working. You understand? You take $22 billion. And what you went and do with it? You went and campaign with it. Well, let me say alleged campaign with it. You know where the money gone. With 1.4 million people in a country, $22 billion. You understand? Now you're asking people to come out and help you. You understand? When the money was supposed to see about the poor people, you understand? What about the people today, Kenrick, that cannot afford to buy a proper meal, you understand, for the children. Now the education is important because the founding father of the PNM say the children, what education is in lies on the book bag. You understand? Kamla Prasad Bisesa say laptop, tablet, you understand? And give you to educate you because you live in a modern technology world. The people want to choose a party with poll race about banana, you understand? And who's a proud black man, you understand? And who called Oreo, you understand? In politics, they have things here calling my brother Picons. You take things personally, my brother. You understand? Because I show Kamla Prasad Bisesa and Kid Rowley, you understand? Who sit down hand in hand and shake hands. You understand? Why the people in Mala here, lower down the road, is complaining.
All right, Bank Village. See, I gave you enough time to say what is on your mind, okay? Anyway, we need to head up to some commercial this morning, and when I come back, we'll continue with our discussion, but the callers keep coming through. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
How you doing fine this morning? You enjoy Bank Village, eh?
I like when you're talking to Bank Village and I just get a good laugh out of him. You're telling me you're digging her ass this morning?
Go ahead, my friend. What's on your mind?
It's easy for anyone to come and say the government take money and where the money going. But it has something called the Freedom of Information Act.
Mm-hmm.
If Bank Village really serious, he can just go and request the breakdown on where the money went. You might have access to that because you all are an organization that is also report on the news, right? But that is something personal. It all depends on the situation, right? The media wouldn't really dig up something unless there's some big corruption in it. Then the media might go through something to give a breakdown and an in-depth investigation, right? So basically, Bank Village still eating sour grapes. I mean, if I were to listen to Bank Village, I would think they're going to have an election next year, right? And oil is going down. A lot of countries are saving. Kenrick, what I love about our country, every village I pass, everywhere I go, I have seen people selling the produce. And I am happy that people are encouraged to do something like that. So we mustn't listen to this. Some people who only think the government must give it. It would run out. I am seeing people in the country that are ignoring that type of advice and putting their skills to work. They are planting and they are selling. They are becoming entrepreneurs and they are negotiating with the public. With people who have less, they're still negotiating. Like back in the days when you go to buy a pound of potato. You understand? So we need to understand that we as a people need to put politics aside and deal with reality. The reality is the oil not making as much money. Government workers are being paid high salaries, and in some areas they may have to cut back to keep the country growing. We know they cannot cut back on the police service and they cannot cut back on the healthcare. So the government is asking for businessmen, multimillionaires, complex, wherever it is, if they have any ideas, to come forward with it.
All right, well, I hear you, my friend. Okay, well, I'm sorry. I thought you were through with our conversation. Anyway, folks, I need to take a commercial break at this time.
Kathy's School Sport Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liquor, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liquor, wholesale, and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's School Sport Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
Greeting in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, your chachi, your chacha, your grandpa, your grandma. We need to pray for our nation. God bless you. Thank you.
Praise Him, praise Him.
Gosh, boy, I can't wait to go home now.
Stuck in traffic again, Hare Babri.
Well, guess what? Your day is about to get hotter than ever in the afternoon. It's the new afternoon drive time program on You 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Tune in Monday to Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with yours truly, the DJ Flavia Experience. Let's make it hotter than ever in the afternoon. Great music, great info, and great vibes. Hotter than ever in the afternoon. Monday to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. on You 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor Caricare International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS Building, Rocha Douglas Road, Barrackpore, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando.
Darpon Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited for all your grocery items, wholesale and retail. At Darpon, you can also transfer money, pay your bills, and also cash your social welfare checks. Darpon Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited, located at number 28 Foster Road, Sangre Grande. They also specialize in real estate, and they also have a special on land at Arena Road, Freeport, for just $165,000 per plot. For further information, call Darban Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited at 267-3063 or 223-0630. Darban Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited of number 28 Foster Road, Sangre Grande.
Yes, 18 minutes here to the hour of 8 o'clock. It's time for our COVID feature. And this feature is coming to you with the compliments of Barlow's Engineering. Let's thank Barlow Engineering for partnering with us here at 975. Stay with us here.
It's now time for your COVID-19 feature on U975, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. It's coming to you with the kind compliments of Barlow Engineering, Construction and Maintenance Services Limited.
The COVID-19 pandemic has created unprecedented change and a need for a response from everyone around the globe. Many of us are worried about our loved ones and our livelihoods, and there is no one right way to cope with what we're experiencing. Remember, however you're feeling, there are others that feel the same. You are not alone. Here are a few voices of people struggling to cope during this time.
Some days I'm okay. I'm doing my best to adjust. But yesterday, I couldn't stop crying. This all just seems so unfair, and I feel so angry that this is happening to us. I'm struggling to care for my kids and work from home at the same time, and I'm worried about my parents' health. I watch the news and it just seems so hopeless. I don't know how to keep it together.
I feel so lost and sad. So much has changed. I used to have dinner every week with my family, but now I can't be in the same room with them. I really miss them.
I'm missing out on my prom and my graduation. I've literally been looking forward to these things my whole life, and I'm heartbroken.
With everything going on now, I just can't stop my thoughts. And physically, my chest hurts, and I can't breathe. I get nauseous thinking about what could happen to my family and my friends.
Before this happened, I used to worry all the time about getting sick. Now that worry has turned into absolute terror. My heart races every time I have to go to the store. What if I bring germs home with me? I can't stop washing my hands.
No matter how exhausted I am, my sleep is still terrible. I just keep picturing all the things that could possibly happen. Will I ever get a good night's sleep again?
I've been through so much already. I don't know how I'm going to deal with this too. My flashbacks are getting worse and worse.
Honestly, I feel like I'm more comfortable in times of crisis. I'm not sure why I don't feel as upset as everyone else does right now. I don't know when or if everything is going to get back to normal. I feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. How many people are going to be affected? What does this mean for me and my family?
We've just heard some of the ways people are being affected by the COVID-19 situation. Here are some things that are helpful in building resilience during times of crisis and intense stress. There are a lot of things outside of our control right now, which can be scary. By focusing on the things we can control, we can refuel ourselves and become more grounded and able to focus and cope with all of the things we can't control. One of the most important actions within your control is to follow CDC guidelines to reduce your chance of being exposed or passing the virus on to others. Use social support. No one should go through this alone. There is absolutely no shame in talking about what you're going through with your friends and family, and it's important to be there for others too. Video chat and phone calls are a great way to stay connected. Prioritize self-care. Staying on a regular schedule, exercising, eating a healthy diet, keeping a sleep routine, and taking time to meditate or pray are all important, now more than ever. Be gentle with yourself. During times like this, you will have good days and bad days. Your emotions are most likely heightened at this time. Try not to compare your life to what you see on your friends' social media feeds. There is always more going on behind screens. Helping others can bring joy and gratification. Do what you can to help others, even if it's something as simple as lending an ear or making someone smile. Be kind to the people around you, especially the folks who are still out working, to ensure we all have what we need. If each day feels like an uphill battle, it may help to seek out professional support. To continue helping during this time of social distancing, many mental health providers are using telemental health in their practice.
Washing your hands with soap is possibly the simplest way to flush pathogens down the drain. Soap molecules can interact with pathogens, such as coronavirus, leading to their destruction. Each soap molecule has two parts. The head is hydrophilic, which means it likes to interact with water, while the lipid tail is hydrophobic, which means it wants to get away from water to find similar water-avoiding particles. This is the basis of how soap works. When soap molecules encounter lipid particles on our skin, the tails aggregate around them to form spherical structures called micelles, creating a water-free environment. Similar things happen when they encounter enveloped viruses such as coronavirus. Enveloped viruses carry their genome and supporting proteins inside a lipid bilayer membrane, with the proteins necessary for infection embedded in the membrane. In cells and viruses, these lipids are packed neatly into two sheets with the lipid tails facing inward. The lipid ends of the soap molecules are attracted to the lipids in the membrane. They take advantage of the presence of membrane proteins which can perturb the neatly organized bilayer to insert themselves into the viral membrane. If there is only a small amount of soap, the soap molecules only loosen the membrane. But with more soap, they begin to create micelles around membrane lipids. They are also attracted to hydrophobic amino acids in the membrane proteins, extracting them from the membrane. The structural integrity of a virus is essential for infection. So, washing your hands with soap protects you better from infection than washing with only water. And the longer you lather, the higher your chance of destroying the virus.
That was your COVID-19 feature on U975 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. It was brought to you courtesy Balu Engineering, Construction and Maintenance Services Limited.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much to the management and staff of Barlow Engineering and Construction Services Limited for bringing this COVID-19 feature to us. You can join us again tomorrow at the same time for another COVID feature. It's part of our mandate, part of our responsibility here at 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Stay with us as we continue to take your calls at 636-7547, 227-5739. Note that we are also live on YouTube at RCL U975. You can also catch us live on Facebook, and we are also you can catch us on WhatsApp at 378-4975. The time in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, well, it's just about 11 minutes here to the hour of 8 o'clock, and that time check came to you to the kind courtesy of Radio 975. Let's go to some commercials here this morning.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations: Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liquor, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liquor, wholesale, and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8.
Tell your nanny and your nana, your chachi, your chacha, your grandpa, your grandma. We need to pray for our nation. God bless you. Thank you.
Praise Him, praise Him.
Gosh, boy, I can't wait to go home now.
Stuck in traffic again? Hare Babri.
Well, guess what? Your day is about to get hotter than ever in the afternoon. It's the new afternoon drive time program on You 97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Tune in Monday to Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with yours truly, the DJ Flavia Experience. Let's make it hotter than ever in the afternoon. Great music, great info, and great vibes. Hotter than ever in the afternoon. Monday to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. on You 97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor Caricare International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card, and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS Building, Rocha Douglas Road, Barrackpore, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando.
Darpon Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited for all your grocery items, wholesale and retail. At Darpon, you can also transfer money, pay your bills, and also cash your social welfare checks. Darpon Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited, located at number 28 Foster Road, Sangre Grande. They also specialize in real estate, and they also have a special on land at Arena Road, Freeport, for just $165,000 per plot. For further information, call Darpon Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited at 267-3063 or 223-0630. Darpon Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited of number 28 Foster Road, Sangre Grande.
To you, Newsday Classifieds take Value Optical to be your partner.
I do.
I do.
I now pronounce free eye test from Value Optical for Newsday Classified customers. Call the Newsday Classified reps for more information. You may now kiss the bride.
Yes, indeed, and welcome back to 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Well, for the greater part of our program this morning, we've been discussing with you, yes, the listening audience, Budget 2020, Budget 2021. Note that this package will be presented to the population of Trinidad and Tobago on the 5th of October by Finance Minister Carl Imbert. No doubt, this package will be a very challenging one indeed for the minister, given the environment in which we are operating under COVID-19, and that is. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Henry. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Good morning to you, Larry, and what's happening, my friend? How are you keeping?
I am good. I'm ready to go to a funeral this morning. I took time off from my work.
Oh, you go to a funeral, but you could only wear about 5 people away, or 10 people for the
Well,
most.
Kenrick is my goddaughter, father that passed away, and I have to play a role this morning.
All right.
I mean, I have to stand in the gap for that family this morning.
Well, ensure that you observe social distancing and all of the necessary protocols.
Definitely, yeah. Up till last night in the week, we had strategized in how to people come who want to visit and just go their way.
Mm-hmm.
We have ensured that we put things in a proper way that people cannot line or gather in groups. We're making sure that people who come to visit, if they want to stay for the half an hour program, they're welcome, but they have to seat themselves at least about 7 to 8 feet away from each other. We have put things in place in this little gathering. However, Kendrick, I listened to you this morning on asking the questions about the price of laptops that business people jacked up. I visited one of my customers in the Rio Claro area Saturday doing work, and the question was posed for those who have already purchased the laptop that is on in their showcase, and they have put their price. Now they have to reduce the price back. Who is giving them any sort of a compensation? And then secondly, how these laptops are going to be bought for children? How we know that these adults not buying these laptops for their personal use and their personal self? You see, there was a mechanism that the government, so the Ministry of Education, should have already put in place. That okay, it's a good idea that Mr. Princess Song said that, open a government center and allow the parents to come with their child birth certificate to prove that this laptop is being purchased for the child in question. However, we are seeing people running and buying laptops like crazy. Now there is maybe not too many more remaining in the country. That leads to the other question, Kenrick. The provider of the internet service in our country. Now we can buy all the laptops we want and all the iPhones that we want and tablets that we want for our children to learn at home. But again, I will always say this, if corporate Trinidad and Tobago is stepping in a positive way to help the young minds, why not TSTT is getting on board to definitely fix and correct the problem that we have with internet connection in our country? For example, Kenrick, your mobile phone, if you are paying data for your mobile phone per month, and I can tell you it costs like $3.93 a month for complete full data. Sometimes in the country, you go places you cannot even get internet connection. Sometimes you'll see people sit down at a lamppost in the afternoon time with their laptop. And I'm asking the question, since people are not working, if I am paying for my data on my phone through TSTT, could it be that TSTT now can say, okay, you are paying data for your phone, we're going to give you a reduction price in your home internet? Kenrick, these are ideas that can come up with TSTT, but one of the greatest problems that we will face is that when people really purchase these laptops for the use of their children to learn at home, And now a home becomes an office, a home becomes a hospital, a home becomes a school. It is going to cause a mental strain. I'm asking TSTT, could you, as a company, as a body, get cracking and fix the internet in this country? People are paying heavy amount of money every single month, and they are not getting the money's value.
Well, Larry, that's a point raised by Anita Haynes, the public relations officer of the Member of Parliament for Tabakit.
Can I raise that issue before her?
Yeah, but where in rural Trinidad, there's a concern about connectivity. So even though you have the device and you have internet, it's a connectivity, and one also is the speed of the connectivity.
Well, Kenrick, we have gone to 5G network, and I think about a month and a half ago, 5G network has kicked off in this country. And everybody were boasting and say 5G network is faster, more reliable. I'm not seeing that happening in our country. I do not know if B-Mobile, TSTT, as the case may be, if they have really given us the full package what 5G is already all about. So that's the reason I'm asking, why don't TSTT get cracking and rectify this problem? Because a lot of children, Kenrick, will be left back in all of this, even though they may have a laptop or two that has no use to them eventually. And we are going to be paying a heavy price maybe 3-4 years down the road to have a set of children who is not really fully educated and understand the syllabus to actually participate in life as they grow up.
All right. Well, Larry, we have to leave it there for a while because I'm heading up to the 8 o'clock newscast. Thanks, man, for your contribution. Yeah. Thank you very much. Folks, we're up to the 8 o'clock hour. We'll take the 8 o'clock newscast with Nicole Duki, and when we come back, we'll continue with our final hour of today's edition of the morning program, You Talk 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Stay with us here.
Please hang up and...
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 975 FM. Music for you. It's all about you.
97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for major news to the hour. It comes to you with the very kind compliments of Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Lisha Limited, the Trinidad and Tobago Newsday, and Darpan Trading Company Limited.
This is the 8 a.m. news on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. I am Nicole Duki. Good morning. There has been a reduction in the number of children receiving immunization vaccines this year. This is according to the Ministry of Health. It warned that this could lead to another disease outbreak if not urgently addressed. Manager of the expanded program of immunization at the Ministry of Health, Great Sukchan, said that they have noticed a decrease in the number of children receiving their immunization vaccines for 2020 to date. Sukchan said as a result, there could be a risk of disease spread. She therefore urged parents to check their children's vaccination cards to ensure that they are fully immunized, and if not, contact their nearest health center. Health Minister Terence Dayal Singh said using recovered COVID-19 patients to test the reinfection of the virus has its dangers. Mr. Dayal Singh yesterday said it is an area he will tread very lightly. He noted that while he may understand some of the thinking, it is not the type of experimentation he will jump into. This sentiment was echoed by epidemiologist Dr. Avery Hines, who said this is not the time to experiment blindly. He explained that there was not enough information on how long immunity lasts, and Trinidad and Tobago will look at outcomes of experiments in other countries before making any decisions. Employers are urged to mitigate risk as it relates to COVID-19 virus in the workplace. This comes from Health Minister Terence Dayal Singh and his team. He was responding to a question as to whether there were consequences for employers who do not follow the necessary guidelines if an employee contracts the virus.
There is no legal framework or requirement to hold
employers accountable. What we are asking employers to do is do the simple temperature screening. Those machines now are so cheap, and that is a good screening mechanism to make sure that people with fevers don't come into your business place.
Meanwhile, epidemiologist Dr. Avery Hines said that they are supporting systems within the public health guidelines for employers should there be a cause for concern within the workplace.
For seeking additional guidance from the public health personnel in how to handle an exposure situation within a workplace. This is activity that is ongoing. We have continually provided that sort of guidance to workplaces that have reached out either to the epidemiology division, to the Ministry of Health, to the county medical offices of health. And this guidance is really along the lines of how to expedite the contact tracing process, isolate the appropriate persons, and ensure that there is minimal disruption, although some disruption is inevitable.
You are listening to the 8 a.m. news on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. It's time now to take a look at regional and international developments. Regionally, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has confirmed one new COVID-19 case. The island has also added new countries from the region to its high-risk travel category. The new COVID case is a Vincentian national who arrived on September 5th from Jamaica. The in-flight contacts of this person are in the process of being informed of their exposure. St. Vincent and the Grenadines has now recorded a total of 62 COVID-19 cases, 58 of which have recovered. There are 4 active COVID-19 cases on the island. Internationally, Australia says it will secure almost 85 million doses of a coronavirus vaccine if 2 promising trials prove successful. Prime Minister Scott Morrison said the country had struck 2 deals that would allow free doses to be rolled out in 2021 if they are approved for use. He said Australia's 25 million people could begin receiving doses from January, but there are no guarantees. One vaccine is from the Oxford University and pharmaceutical company of AstraZeneca, while the other one is a local from the University of Queensland and CSL. Both would most likely require people to take 2 doses. In news of the weather for the period today until tonight, Trinidad, Tobago and the remainder of the Lesser Antilles, predominantly hot and sunny conditions over most areas, with a few showers developing by late morning in a few areas. There is a 60% chance of a heavy shower or thunderstorm over northern areas of Trinidad during the early afternoon. Gusty winds and street flooding may occur in heavy showers and thunderstorms. Seas are slight with waves up to 1.4 meters in open waters and near calm in sheltered areas. The current temperature is 27 degrees Celsius. And this brings us to the end of the 8 a.m. newscast on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Stay tuned for another newscast at noon. I am Nicole Dookie. Good morning.
A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo for all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
Kathy's School Sport Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liquor, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liquor, wholesale, and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's School Sport Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Darpan Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited for all your grocery items, wholesale and retail. At Darpan, you can also transfer money, pay your bills, and also cash your social welfare checks. Darpan Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited, located at number 28 Foster Road, Sangre Grande. They also specialize in real estate, and they also have a special on land at Arena Road, Freeport, for just $165,000 per plot. For further information, call Darban Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited at 267-3063 or 223-0630. Darban Trading Supermarket and Investments Limited of number 28 Foster Road, Sangre Grande.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations, Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia, for all your plumbing and electrical supplies, water heaters, filters and water pumps, plus all parts for Gould, Pentax and Leo pumps. Choose from leading brands such as Cooper, Varma, BTCino, Leviton and General Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia.
Yes, indeed, and welcome back to 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Just about 11 minutes here past the hour of 8 o'clock. We will go into the lines immediately. Hello, good morning, and welcome, and thanks for choosing us. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kenrick Babu.
But what's wrong with you, boy?
How you good, brother?
It's Kenrick Juggernaut, not Kenrick
Juggernaut.
Babu.
Exactly. Every time I hear education, your name has come to my head. Yeah.
Why, boy?
No, because you speak great, but your parents would insist that you be educated.
Well, let me state and remind you again. Any right-thinking parent, any responsible parent will ensure that the children build capacity, if you understand what I'm talking about.
You see, the thing is, get me vexed. A parent duty is to provide a laptop or something for the child.
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching the world futuristically, in the future, you need to have your computer now.
Well, that's the way of the world.
Yeah.
It's part of your device, and as even though you need to carry around your books, your textbooks and whatnot, a laptop is part of your device.
That get old now. The laptop is compulsory now.
Yeah.
Compulsory.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and you see the challenges ahead, the other way to face it, take on the challenge, like now me now. You might not agree with me. I just Zook.
Mm-hmm.
I back in the Zook to win the tournament.
So you're back in the Zooks.
Yes, man.
All right.
I find the cricket gods smiling on them. I mean, they're no big side.
Mm-hmm.
But I like how Darren Sammy just captain the side. He mightn't be would. Yeah, I'll be questioning his position in the, but I always impressed Darren Sammy how he's a friendly leader.
Mm-hmm.
His captain is a joke, is a smile, and he played the game. So
Yeah, but-
I know he's a
No, but
a night rider.
No, hold on. As a former cricketer myself, I can tell you, you are selected on a team for a particular function. Is either you're making runs or you're getting wickets.
Yeah.
You don't pick somebody just to captain the side. There are people within the Zooks team who can captain that team.
Yeah.
You understand?
But the problem as a captain is to get the point across to your players here.
Yeah, well, I agree with you.
Because I watched he was inspiration leadership in that game Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
That catch he taken slips there, according to Tom Moody. He don't think a man can take a catch like that living right now. It was a brilliant catch, and he fall over just as good.
No, but that's just a matter of opinion. I can remind you of a catch taken by one Mark Taylor.
He kicked the ball and catch.
No. So these things happen in cricket.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the point I'm making to you, what is Darren Sarmi's contribution to the Zooks team? None.
Nil.
You just, and let's be honest, you just don't pick someone to captain a side.
Now remember the Zooks, the owners of the Zook, their problem, they don't have capital to work with.
Mm-hmm.
They're one of the cheapest team in the tournament. Yeah.
All right, but I also take an issue with the fact that maybe somebody outside there who know cricket more than me can explain to me the relevance of Ashley Nurse and Carlos Brathwaite in the Barbados team.
That drop catch. Ashley drop catch. That man could drop a catch, boy.
No, but they contribute nothing to the team, and by extension, nothing to regional cricket. They would have been given the opportunities on so many occasions, and they have not come up to scratch. And even a commentator, Ian Bishop, would have said, after I think one of after Carlos Brathwaite was bowled comprehensively, and he said in these words that epitomizes the disintegration of Carlos Brathwaite cricketing ability.
He was just on the correct spot at the correct time. Hit a man forcing, but I was never impressed with him.
But I am going with the Trinbago Knight Riders, not because it's the franchise is based
franchise,
locally.
you're nothing patriotic, it's franchise cricket.
Yeah, but the point is that they have been playing the best cricket thus far.
But they lost as yet.
The composition of their team, most of the players are unit, and they strike a good balance between youth and experience.
And they have a good leader.
Yes, that's right. A very inspirational leader.
Amazed me why Kiran Pollard can't transmit to the higher level his knowledge in the game, because he is watching on the field. He seems to be know what he's doing. He talks to the fellas. So that at the end of the day, well, it's glorious cricket today, Tuesday, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Because Saturday, Friday, I end up getting a chance to see inside the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And I was impressed with I see down there, man.
Well, of course, it's south to nowhere.
South of the border.
I mean,
south of the country.
everybody would have given praise and paid tribute to the organizers of this competition and the facility itself.
Yeah, because I know
but hold on. Still, this facility has not been given the blessings of ICC.
Well, all right. Well, you see, our reason why I was going up. But the thing is, I hope at the end of the day, the organizers can make a profit, because if they make a profit out of this, it could be like, because they have a terrible reputation around the Caribbean.
Well, my understanding is that the package offered to players is a reduced package.
Yeah. I'm glad the players come out and earn $1.
Right. And the reason why the games are being played at 10 o'clock and at 5:30 and on weekends at 2:15 is to facilitate the Asian audience.
Yeah, well, like the big audience outside. But the cricket, all in all, the cricket was good. It was entertaining.
Yeah. Well, it's something to look forward to in this COVID environment, you know.
And disappointing, a lot of the young players who supposed to come through the system falling aside. The young, promising players 2 years ago, they disappoint. And it I one named Barnwell. When I see this man play, I say, but this is a man with some potential, but Barnwell disappeared off the radar.
Yeah, a number of people disappeared from the radar. People like Ronsford Beaton, Christopher Barnwell, and so on.
We feel his fitness is a problem.
No, it's just that the franchise owner would put together a team, a composition or a team, but you'd have in the main, the core of the team still remains there.
All right, Mr. Kenrick, you observe I ain't talking no politics this morning, eh?
No, well, I want to get your thoughts on Budget 2020, Budget
well,
2021.
As I say, the election is the will of the people, and we'll live with that.
Mm-hmm.
And if 42% of the population choose not to exercise the franchise, Well, I join in that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm serious. I can't understand why people doesn't want to take part in it. And I have a lot of friends. I just ask them, you vote, if you vote, don't share no conversation with me. But we had to wait for the budget. We had to see what coming. And this laptop for children, I don't think the government should buy that. I think parents should buy that for the children, man. A laptop will be over $5, but the problem now, we have promised free internet connection.
No, but hold on. If you have the resources, if the country have the resources, the finance, so to speak, of course, to actually provide these devices to students, it's part of the country's resources, part of the country wealth, and if you can afford it, by all means, afford it.
No, well,
but if you're in a go-over season, you cannot afford it. Yes.
I want to meet Miss Camille Regis. When she boasts, she spent $800 million. I want to ask you why she didn't study in $800 million. We have a future generation to groom, to educate. Because when this corona thing's finished, this can lead to World War now. Because in our countries in the world, boldface, because all of them are the cure, nobody, they ain't nothing. All right, Kenrick, thanks again.
All right, my friend. Well, good cricket on later. Let's hope the weather holds.
Well,
yes?
let me hope for the best.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Yes, today 2 games are on, the 2 semi-finals, where you have in the first game at around 10 o'clock, you have the Trinbago Knight Riders coming up against the Jamaica Talawas, and a bit later on, you have the Guyana Amazon Warriors coming up against Darren Sammy and the Zooks. 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. In just about 5 minutes' time, I'll be trying to get in touch with Rajiv Dipti, who is the president of the Supermarket Association of Trinidad and Tobago, to get his thoughts on Budget 2020. Stay with us here. 975 FM Hot Like Pepper.
KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia, for all your plumbing and electrical supplies, water heaters, filters and water pumps, plus all parts for Gould, Pentax and Leo pumps. Choose from leading brands such as Cooper, Varma, BTCino, Leviton and General Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor Carry Care International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS Building, Rosha Douglas Road, Barrackpore, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando.
To you, Newsday Classifieds. Take Value Optical to be your partner.
I do.
I do.
I now pronounce free eye test from Value Optical for Newsday Classified customers. Call the Newsday Classified reps for more information. You may now kiss the bride.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations, Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
Yes, indeed, and welcome back to 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. 23 minutes here past the hour of 8 o'clock. And that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of Radio 975. Note that you can get into our conversation by calling us at 636-7547, 227-5739. Well, let's look at another matter which came to the fore yesterday, where Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley would have appointed a cabinet committee to look at the operations of WASA. Now, this committee is chaired by Public Utilities Minister Marvin Gonzalez, who will work alongside other members, including Housing Minister Penelope Beckles-Robinson, Energy Minister Franklin Khan, and Social Development and Family Services Minister Donna Cox. The committee has to submit recommendations and a framework for the restructuring of the water company to Dr. Rowley by November 30th. I mentioned this to you this morning because for decades now, governments come, governments go, ministers come, ministers go, and the situation at WASA remains the same. In a country of 1.3, 1.4 million people, now WASA do not manufacture water, WASA do not produce water. WASA is the entity that has the responsibility to distribute. It's a distribution company. The fact is that in a country of ours, 1.3, 1.4 million people, can you tell me what is the challenge in providing potable water to over 75% of customers in this country? My understanding is that just about 45% of the population receives a 24-hour supply of this commodity, water. And we would have changed ministers, we would have changed government, CEOs, but nothing seems to be going the way as to how the citizens of this country want WASA to operate. It's a burden on taxpayers. Now, in this go-over season, in this COVID environment, where the Minister of Finance, Carl Imbert, will be presenting his budget package on the 5th of October, there's a view being shared by people outside there that maybe one of the recommendations coming out of this committee, which is chaired by Public Utilities Minister Marvin Gonzalez, is that as consumers, as customers of WASA, we may have to pay more for this commodity, that is an increase in water rate. My understanding is that this matter is already before the Regulated Industries Commission. Whether WASA will get the necessary blessings or not to increase rates, that's another question altogether. But I don't think at this time that WASA can subject the people of this country to an additional rates. And I say that to you because I also listened to this new Minister of Public Utilities stating to us, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, that in the main, we pay, let's say, a rate that is not on par with other countries in the Caribbean. In other words, we pay the lowest rates. So because of that, are you saying, because we pay the lowest rates, are you saying that we will now be subjected to a rate increase? And I remember about a year ago, or about a little more than that, where senior operators of WASA would have appeared before the Joint Select Committee, that the argument would have put forward that WASA need a rate increase not to improve its service, not to improve its infrastructure, but rather to pay salaries. Now, to me, that is not fair. If I am paying for something, there must be an improvement in the service. There must be an improvement. And for years now, I have been calling on this program for the metering system. Bill customers for what they use. But that is not happening. It is being done arbitrarily. and whether another committee is set up and a report is submitted by November, these are some. I'm sure this will be one of the recommendations. An increase in water rate, but an increase in water rate does not necessarily mean to say that that the service would improve. WASA has what you call a management problem, a distribution problem, aging pipelines. They have a budget in which to work with. So I am saying to you this morning, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, to resist any attempt being made by WASA to increase its rates. Because your service will not be improved based on what we would have seen in the past. Bill me for what I use, a metering system. And I listened to Alan Puntip sometime back, where he said that to get into the metering system would cost this country billions of dollars to engage in such a measure. So what do? Aging infrastructure, a lack of enthusiasm by some workers, an overstaffed entity. These are some of the problems facing WASA. And I just want to share this with you this morning. The Prime Minister, in an interview with a newspaper, talked about the Regulated Industries Commission. And the Regulated Industries Commission, that is the RIC, had reported that 46.5% of the population, you see, I was not wrong, that 46.5% of the population do not get a 24/7 supply of pipeborne water, and that the Caribbean Development Bank had estimated WASA is overstaffed by approximately 4,000 and subsidized by $1.8 billion annually. He said this was not satisfactory with the availability of water to the population, and we cannot rely on the considerable subsidy that is becoming less available. So unless government do not subsidize this entity, they'll fall flat on their face. So what do? Overstaffed by 4,000 people. 4,000 people in a partner. Because you see, WASA has always been viewed as a dumping ground for party hacks. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5.
Hey, yeah, Mr. Ken, how are you going again?
I go and find this morning.
Looking back on the little interview the Guardian had the Prime Minister there on the Sunday papers, right? And they said we are ranked 105 out of 190 in the ease of doing business. I know Mr. Vasan Barant is the only person that used to be very vocal on this. And I don't know what was the key back in the last 5 years or maybe before for our ease of doing business, because, I mean, the ease of doing business, we'll invite people that to come and invest, plus that will bring us foreign exchange. So I don't know what is the key back. I don't know if anybody had the details as in what way we can improve this as early and quickly as possible. I think it's a little too late right now. I mean, we're not a little too late. Nothing is too late in getting a good thing done, but for the time being, we should have been moved up a lot faster.
And I agree with you. You know why I say that to you, my friend? Because whenever you have a new administration into office and a new minister, the first thing they want to look at, as a word used by former Minister Edmond Dillon, they need to look at the architecture of WASA. They look at the running and the operation of WASA. And at the same time, while you look at that, you set up committees and what have you. And while the committees sit in, the people suffering.
Right. And the thing about it now, even the opposition and all, I think in office, they had improved it. But what was the key back, or what are the challenges we have, and are the challenges within our reach in order for us to improve our standing on that list? Mm-hmm. I would like to know. So if someone could really, I don't know, I know Mariana Brown is very vocal on economic issues. Even Mr. Vasan Barant, I don't know if you can clear that for us. I don't know what are the criteria, what we need to do at this point in time to go up the ladder, because I mean this challenging time, we need every little penny, we need everything to help us go forward. Mm. That is that question I'd like us to be answered by some, even Mr. Economist Hussein. Mm. Yeah, no, what is the challenge that's holding us back right now from improving that? Because that's the thing Mr. Vasan Barant always speaking about that.
I will tell you what are the challenges. Thank you very much. Yeah. One of the challenges rather, facing this government as it relates to WASA is finding the right people at the helm. You see, often We put square pegs in round hole. People who do not have a clue as to how to run this entity. That's where the problem is. Management. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Good morning, Kendrick.
Good morning to you, Chris.
This problem with WASA, TNTEC, TSTT, everybody. Go back and read Karl Marx. Karl Marx said the state, resource of state should belong to the people. Should be vested in the state. But we did not have it vested in the state for the people. We vested in the state for the party hacks, for friends and family.
I just said that.
So all we had here working in this country, the government take it and put it on the government, so they have their own friends. And the worst part of it is, not just they put the hacks out there, but the thing becomes so heavy with employment. So many people, thousands of people more than necessary, from Petrochem come right back down to WASA. And that is our problem. How do we solve it? Well, okay, policy. Whoever manager you take there, you establish policies, and these policies must have some type of objective. This is what you are going to produce.
But
to produce.
But hold on, Chris. The Caribbean Development Bank had estimated WASA is overstaffed by approximately 4,000 people. And that report was not only submitted this year or last year, it was submitted at least about 2 or 3 years ago. Why no attempt would have been made to address such?
But listen, not only Caribbean Development Bank, you know the organization put there to look into WASA and TNTEC? They also said that. Local organization. The Regulated Industries Commission.
And to me...
They told the government that.
And to me, Chris, setting up of a committee, a ministerial committee, to look at WASA and how best this entity can move forward or deliver on its mandate, to me that is just window dressing, because nothing is going to happen.
They're supposed to report after the next election.
Yeah.
They're supposed to report during this election. Everybody know what has to be done. Everybody, do you put a committee to know what's happened? This bit is something.
And 1.8 and listen to me, is $1.8 billion in subsidy,
Yes. Let me tell you something. If they want somebody to know what happened, call Makar and say, hey, what is that manager for me? And they put this thing right in 3 months. And you see how in 3 months everything is right. How come we have private companies, Makar, the 1%, they are working efficiently, making big profits, and all our state enterprises drag it. But okay, bring some people from there and put them to run the thing here. I have no problem with that,
So
I have no problem if you tell Makar a man to run WASA,
So you're talking about privatization?
No, I'm not talking privatization. I'm saying you're hiring a man from, you tell Makar, I want a man this and a man to do it. But you have to do what's there to do. When you tell you set this policy, so, do exactly what you say. But they will never do it because everything is partisan. It's vote. Thank you, Ken.
All right, well, thank you very much for your contribution with us. Well, the according to the story, the aim is to reduce WASA's resilience on subsidies and get the highest productivity from its workers. Well, we've been talking about that not now, years now. We have been talking about that, the productivity level of WASA. Anyway, folks, let's take a commercial break at this time, and when we come back, we'll continue. 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Stay with us here.
Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia. For all your plumbing and electrical supplies, water heaters, filters and water pumps. Plus all parts for Gould, Pentax and Leo pumps. Choose from leading brands such as Cooper, Varma, BTCino, Leviton and General Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. K-Wise Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor Carry Care International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS Building, Rosha Douglas Road, Barraco, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, your chachi, your chacha, your grandpa, your grandma. We need to pray for our nation. God bless you. Thank you.
U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio is now on Facebook. Like us, follow and share our page. We'll be sharing the latest news, tips and much more. You can also view what's happening in our studio. Find us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel at RCL U975.
Worship the Father, Holy Ghost, and the Son.
Hop on the gospel train with yours truly, Carl Radler, right here on your favorite frequency, U975 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, every Saturday morning from the early hours of 4 to 6 a.m. A mixture of the best gospel music and worship. It's a gospel train. Hop on every Saturday morning from 4 to 6 a.m. U975 FM, we're number 1 and everyone else is number 2.
All things you reign, may the palm may Jesus train.
It's the talk of the town. It's Talk It Talk on U975 FM Monday to Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. So join me, your host Mukesh Baburam, on a 3-hour journey guaranteed to take your stress away. Remember, Monday to Thursday right here on U975 FM.
Well, yes, in the next 10 minutes or so before I close the program, we're talking here about WASA. And according to Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, a committee, a ministerial committee has been set up to look at the operations of WASA and to see how best they can restructure this entity. The committee is headed by Public Utilities Minister Marvin Gonzalez, who will work alongside Housing Minister Penelope Beckles-Robinson, Energy Minister Franklin Khan, and Social Development and Family Services Minister Donna Cox. But the minister would have admitted that one of the challenges facing WASA is customer service. Yes, that is because he would have indicated in a report this morning that he's troubled by the number of reports he would have been getting into his office about people in various jurisdictions suffering from a lack of a proper pipe-borne water, and it's something that he wanted to look at. He's also saying to the people of Trinidad and Tobago that as a country, that as citizens, we waste too much water. Well, if it is that we waste too much water, then I am saying one of the measures ought to be introduced is that of the metering system. This would ensure that people police the way they use water in a particular way. In other words, you pay for what you use, but you cannot subject customers or the nation with a bill that is arbitrarily being used. And I've used my own self as an example, where I cannot understand why do I have to pay $340 every quarterly. And I've been saying this for the longest while, and nobody could address it for me. Why I must be paying $340 every quarterly to WASA, where there are some people in my community paying $80 and $90. I don't understand that at all. And one has to look also too at the illegal connection and prosecute those people from WASA who are engaged in such illegal connection in rural Trinidad, and I would also imagine in urban Trinidad. Illegal connection. How these people are getting connected? People who do not have deed for properties. People who are squatting. They have WASA connection. Why? How? Where? I do not know. Who is facilitating such? These are some of the areas where WASA should be looking at, rather than looking to raise their rates. Clean up the bloody company. You have square pegs and round holes. People are not prepared to work. 4,000 people, overstaffed by 4,000 people, and nothing has been done about it. Why? Because of the fear of some sort of a political fallout. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome. Okay. I'm sorry to miss your call, but you need to call me back. Just in case it escaped you, WASA's chairman is one Romney Thomas, and the line minister, yes, is Marvin Gonzalez. Yes, the line minister. He's the line minister for WASA. Let's take this caller. Hello, good morning. All right, I'm sorry to miss your call. You need to call us back. 636-7547, 227-5739. Okay, well, let's talk some sports, because today, two semifinals will be played down at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. That is, the Caribbean Premier League continues today. And, of course, the final is scheduled for Thursday. Let's hope that the weather holds out. But as I look out of our studio here in Couva, I can tell you it's a bit gloomy this morning. The Met Office did indicate that we can expect some showers today. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that the weather do not impact on the cricket, that the weather do not really interfere with the cricket down at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. At 10 o'clock, the first game, we'll see the Trinbago Knight Riders, led by Kyron Pollard, unbeaten thus far, 10 from 10, taking on the Jamaica Talawas, led by Robman Powell. And included in that setup too is people like Andre Russell, a hard-hitting all-rounder. He should be quite integral in that fixture. Yes, Andre Russell. So it should be a very interesting matchup, folks. Trinidad and Tobago Amazon Warriors, the Trinbago Knight Riders, coming up against the Jamaica Talawas, and a bit later on, my apologies, the Guyana Amazon Warriors coming up against the Zooks. Should be interesting cricket down at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. Stay with us here, 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Note that at the top of the hour, you can join the Bees Hi-Fi, who will be taking you until the hour of 12 noon today with some beautiful music from our studio here in Couva in central Trinidad. And oh, by the way, let's thank all of our corporate sponsors for coming on board, for being part of the 975 FM Hot Like Pepper family. And if you do have a product, a goods, or service which you need to advertise, well then you need to contact our marketing department at 720-5858, or simply call me at 731-4382, and I'm sure we'll work out a comprehensive package for you. Good morning, people. Good morning, and thank you very much for being part of the program this morning. To all our callers, thank you very much. Note that the coronavirus is with us. There's community spread. You need to take and ensure that you observe all of the necessary guidelines. Yes, ensure that you sanitize properly, wear your mask, and social distancing. Social distancing, people. One of our colleagues would have posted that he would have contracted the virus. Not currently working with us, but one of my colleagues in the media would have contracted the virus. So it is important that we protect ourselves. And those of you who are vulnerable outside here, suffering from, let's say, lifestyle diseases and what have you, well, then you need to be extra careful, friend. And yes, to the frontline workers, continue to do what you are doing. Yes, doing human service to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And to all the police officers and to all those frontline workers, especially to all those security guards too, who are doing human service. Good morning to each and every one of you. Well, I have this final caller on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
And Kenneth, before you leave,
good morning.
I want to tell you, enjoy the rest of your day, my brother. Take good care of yourself. Be careful, sanitize your hand, and so forth. And try and don't get anything like, sick, because at the end of the day, I don't understand now the government telling people I hand over the baton to the citizens of the country when they get COVID and anything happen, you go home now and quarantine, you understand, make sure, and so forth. I don't understand that, Kenrick. Because let us assume you have, you know, your children, your wife, your parents, you know, I wrong you. You understand? What will happen? What will happen, Kenrick? What is that? If you're supposed to make a room for yourself outside the house or something, sir? I don't understand that. Where the money that was supposed to protect the people, why they don't open the Kuva hospital permanently? Why they don't do that? Why they don't do that, Kenrick? Why don't went and tell people that, you know, the Point 14 hospital open, and when really and truly it was a scheme and a game? You understand? How come all of a sudden now corporate citizens or the people in the country have to come now and quarantine themselves when you have a government, you understand, who laugh at Guyana? You understand? I'll bring back this to you. You understand? Look at Guyana. Guyana trying to help and take out the burden of the people. You understand?